Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, audiences. We are Group 5. The members are Alda Chania Ananta 19018127, Atarik Adinul Akhiri 19018132, Putih Khairani 19018166, Rizky Octaviano 19018102. Okay, so we're gonna talk about foreign language teaching and learning. The first speaker is Alda Chanananta. Alda, time is yours.
Okay, the abstract is foreign language teaching and learning have changed from teacher-centered to learner or learning-centered environments. Relying on language theories, research findings, and experiences, educators develop teaching strategies and learning environments that engage learners in interactive communicative language text. A shift in foreign language pedagogy from a specific foreign language method to the measurement of language performance or competency has resulted in a change in the role of the teacher from one of authority or expert to that of facilitator or guide and agent of change. Current developments point to public pedagogy, social media, and action research as additional ways to foster intercultural competence and language learning. Next, the definition is a language is considered foreign if it is learned largely in the classroom and is not spoken in the society where the teaching occurs. Study of another language allows the individual to communicate effectively and creatively and to participate in real-life situations through the language of the authentic culture itself. Okay, next.
Okay, I will continue the next material about theories of language learning. A popular method of teaching in the 1950s called the audiolinguistic approach or ELM promote an imitation and practice approach to language development. The major figure in the ELM classroom was the instructor who was cast into the role of drill sergeant, expert, and authority figure. In 1959, Chomsky's review of B.F. Skinner's verbal behavior dramatically changed the way of looking at language by argued that language was a role-governed activity, not a set of habits. According to Long, language input was made comprehensible by simplifying the input. Next. Um,
Sorry, sorry,
okay.
sampai ini lagi.
It's okay, it's okay.
Iya itu.
Next slide.
Oke, oke.
Pas. Okay. By using linguistic and extra-linguistic cues and by modifying the instructional structure of the conversation. Long purpose the learners, in order to acquire language, cannot simply listen to input, rather they must be active, constructive participants who interact and negotiate the type of input they receive. Next. Research have identified 9 contemporary language learning theories. First, universal grammar, autonomous induction, associative cognitive grade, skill acquisition, input processability, concept-oriented approach, interactive framework, and the last Vygotsky sociocultural theory. And for the psychologist view of language cognition in represented by the following theories: associative cognitive grade, skill acquisition theory, input process theory, processability theory, concept-oriented approach, and the last, the interactive framework. Chomsky argued that stimulus response psychology could not adequately account for creativity influence in generation novel authors using interactive rule. Emphasis in second language research and teaching. Language scholars have demonstrated that certain aspects of second language learning cannot be altered through instruction, and that intermediate non-native like second language competencies. Now, as a state of interlanguage characterize the progression of SLA. According to the view of SLA, the controlling factor is the innate ability for learning language that all human being process in Pika said determined that all language learners are progressive through a fixed series of steps, known as development sequence in learning particular linguistic subsystems, such as word order, negation, or relative clauses. Next. That's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, I will continue. Learner-centered instruction. Crescent Shade is the principal advocate of the input model of foreign language teaching. His theory is grounded in one Chomsky's generative linguistic, two research on the effectiveness of different second or foreign teaching methods. And three, research on effective factor such as motivation, anxiety, and personality. Learning and measurement. Language teaching has experienced uh, numerous curricular innovation in response to the importance of providing students with opportunities to acquire and practice the foreign language in contextual and meaningful language communication. Thus, at all stage of the second or foreign language as acquisition process, communicative language teaching (CLT), the term most associated with Soren discussion of method, immigrate as significant approach that found universal resonance and support in theory and application in many contexts and across disciplines, linguists, methodologies, and curriculum developers. Central to the rise of CLT was the realization that linguistic competence does not on its own passive communicative com- competence, and that language used in meaningful, authentic context is more readily acquired.
Okay, I'll continue from here. So we move to intercultural competence. Increasingly, language educators contend that foreign language learning should increase students' intercultural competence or IC, which would allow them to see relationships between different cultures, mediate across these cultures, and critically analyze cultures including their own, uh, based on Keppel 2010. Language teachers have now recognized their role in eliciting cultural learning in their classrooms and ways to access that learning, based on Moloney and Harbon 2010. One such way proposed by Schools 2007 is through utilization of cultural e-learning portfolio. Next, foreign languages future directions. One area that remains controversial in the world of foreign and second language teaching today is the question: is native like attainment a necessary or desirable goal in the global world we live in today? In the field of English as a foreign language or EFL, this question of whether speakers should conform to native speakers' norm of English in light of its increasing use in international contexts has been widely debated in recent years. Okay, so that's all from me too. So thank you so much for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Satu.
Recording
Thank you,
stop.
guys.
Baralamo ta cuma matiin ta recordingnya ta baralamo kira-kira tuh cukil ilmu